Oh, man. I'm just sick of beanie right now drinking this chocolate milk.
Is it? Why is that?
I haven't eaten all day.
Oh, okay. You just had to drop that in.
All right, welcome back here to Calling the Audible. It is Div D1, Div D2, Stefano,
That's me.
Peasley, Eagle.
That's me.
Well, that didn't work.
That's the weirdest thing that's ever happened.
That was awful.
Awkward.
That was awful.
I missed by half an inch.
You clearly missed.
You are
Would it be
less
the
than
first
half
time?
an inch.
Nobody knows it's half an inch. Everybody knows you missed.
All right,
Hi, guys.
let's.
What's up? How's life?
Life
Good.
is good. I don't know what the fuck this is over here.
Well, clearly, it's
Yeah.
been there for quite a while.
Anyway, all right, life is good here. Let's dive into Div D1, Div D2. A lot to get to. Let's go through the Div D1 games here. Unknown Talent against Team Ethnik, 49-37 win by Unknown Talent over Ethnik. I saw this game. Alex Barazoni was pretty good because the deep ball was working for him, was not shying away at all going deep against Team Ethnik, who I was a bit surprised. I thought these guys would have a little bit more spunk to their game, but they couldn't stop anything that was beyond 10 yards or more.
Unknown Talent and Alex Barazzoni, he likes throwing the deep ball, and he's one of the best deep ball throwers in lower divisions. I like to do it a lot. That said, that's what got him into trouble at times in Division 6 in the winter. So my worry is that he won't always be able to always be able to get to do this all season long against some of the better teams in the division. If he can avoid doing that in games where he doesn't have the matchups, he'll be one of the best quarterbacks in Division D1. But yeah, honestly, every time I was playing at the same time on the other field, on field 2, and every time I peep my head over, I just saw the ball in the air for the entire field. You know what I mean? Like every time I looked over, it was a deep ball.
Well, his team is phenomenal. The
Yes.
Sparanga twins. He's got the Gomes brothers as well. One of them played this week. The other one didn't. And he was just locked in. Like, he just didn't look like
And they
he
don't
was
have their
phased.
best player this season, Nicky Fernacho.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about that. But I look at Henry Dam and these guys. Charles Verreau was another monster. They had no answer to stopping Verreau at all, especially in the red zone where he just boxed out any player that was thrown at him.
But that's what he does, though. Like that's his game.
Yeah, and I think
I described a play a couple seasons ago where I had to crash in on him on defense.
right.
I knew I was going there. He didn't know I was going there. I disrupted his route by putting my shoulder in the way, and then I was on the floor and he caught the ball on my face anyway. Like it was
So
as
he
if I
mossed
wasn't
you.
there.
He really mossed you.
He got
Steph,
mossed.
are you proud of your Paisans and how they
My paisans.
came through in the,
Well,
in the clutch?
You know, they have this reputation so far of being very good performers in the regular season. Now, the reason why is because people don't expect them to be great, but like the deep ball is their bread and butter, and they have the guys that always make the play because they're all super quick. But honestly, what I'm worried about is, let's say Alex Barazoni cannot find someone deep, or if the matchups are not there, like Peeze was saying earlier. But is he gonna depend more on the short game? But not the plays I see. They don't have many short routes. They're
Well, in
usually
defense, he did go short. These resulted in long gains.
yeah. Well, that's a different story because he got the.
Well, again, I'm
what are the goals,
reacting
brother?
to what I saw. Being that I was playing at the same time, I couldn't watch the entire game.
Okay.
But literally every time I looked over, it looked like it was a deep.
Yeah,
ball.
that-
But you were
that's
actually
their
scoring the
go-to.
game, so.
No, but
That's their go-to play. But like you both said, they could just give a 5-yard pass and they have one of the Gomes brothers just turn it up for 40 yards.
like
make
we're such a
everybody miss.
reactionary podcast.
Yes.
I mean, like Peasy has like 14 beers right now. Like, oh my god, man, Pease is on fire, man. 14 beers. Wait till next week when he has 20 beers. You know, but
What kind of beer?
I think this is
Same beer time, same beer channel.
I think it's a great progress for Barazoni to really step up and have that confidence in his deep ball, not shy away.
Well, he
from
has the confidence in the deep ball, but once it's taken away, he loses all the confidence in the rest of his game.
it. Speaking of
and
taking
he
it away,
yeah.
Random White Dudes winning against SMYTDs 27-20. I watched a bit of this game on Sunday in Lachine.
I had a late night conversation with Mike Adon about this.
Yeah,
game.
he did not look like the good Mike O'Donnell for this game.
So there's a couple things. One is he learned the hard way how good Danny Demore is.
Yeah.
He had like a two deep route concept on one side, so like a fly post. So Danny Demore did that thing where he's baiting you, where he opens his hips, but he knows there's a receiver behind him, so he's ready to turn and he has very good technique to get back to the ball, and that's literally what he did. So Mike Adana kind of floated it, thinking his receiver was wide open. Instead, like basically, Danny Demore forced him to have to make a perfect throw, and it wasn't, and instead it was intercepted. There's also a pick six by Brandon Sabloff. Brandon Sabloff, by the way, one of the more versatile players on this team. Him and Ryan Vanslet. Vanslet had 3 sacks in this game. He had a touchdown as well. Honestly, really good players on this team. And show me your TDs. This is a weak roster. It's a roster that I believe fits the D2 cap, but is in D1.
Right.
And honestly, typically Mikey does well when he has less stars in his team. He tends to, whenever he has, like, for example, in winter when he had Justin Blanchard and Felix Faubert and basically just a plethora of talent around him, he tends to want to feed the talent and throws in the traffic and so on. So this isn't that kind of
Like
team.
a Republican.
I guess.
You know, for the higher tax bracket, but doesn't recognize the lower tax bracket.
Or just basically both politics of both sides do that, but in different ways because they tax consumers. But anyway, I digress. The thing is, with Adana is, while this is the kind of team he typically excels with, I also think that it is a team that, especially if anyone's missing, will be defunct of talent.
But let's not forget Jared Buck. I thought he had a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there was a play where SMYTDs scored a touchdown, and Buck came back, first play, deep down through the spine of the TD's defense and scored on a 40 bomb.
But that's like we talked about Alex Barattoni, and that's what he does. But that's what Jared Buck does too. Like he's a guy where you need to be able to take away the deep ball. If you take away the deep ball, you be successful. If you don't take away the deep ball, you'll win. And that's what they did.
The deep ball is usually Jared Buck's first read.
Yeah.
And,
Well, it should, honestly,
that's
though,
usually the only read he usually has.
but in FPF, the first read should be your deep read because they feel so small
That's true.
that you need to get out of your hand quickly. And Jared Buck's one of the guys who, despite not having a ton of experience, realizes very early on in FPF.
Yeah, and he throws it for his receiver to come get it, to go get it.
Yeah.
And he's
now
got
is the
he has
last
Danny
thing.
Demore, and he has Ryan Vassett that can make those plays happen.
So the last name of Buck, is that more synonymous with Uncle Buck the movie, or Bunkhouse Buck the wrestler?
I only know Uncle Buck the movie, but I feel like you and I are the only ones watching the show or on the show who have seen the John Candy movie. It was excellent. If it's on Netflix, I highly recommend it.
Great movie. John Candy, a Canadian legend who
Yeah,
passed away
John
back in
Candy.
1993.
Fantastic.
Former Argonauts owner, Toronto Argonauts owner.
Oh yeah.
Him and Wayne Gretzky owned the Argonauts. Yeah,
Why did they sell?
They couldn't make money.
Makes enough sense. That's the CFL for you.
Couldn't make enough money in the CFL for you.
How surprising is it that like we've seen? So like I take a lot of shots at CFL, but the fact that they're still open while we just saw a football league close after a couple of weeks, and everyone's speculating the XFL won't last more than a handful of weeks. It's pretty impressive that it lasted so long without making any money.
Well, when you think about it, the NFL has the top dog. CFL's up there. FPF.
right below.
Yeah, think about it. Right,
It's not above.
longevity-wise, they've lasted longer than the XFL or the Alliance. Right?
And we probably will last longer than the CFL. So
We're giving it a good run for the CFL right now. Bird Gang, half a stars, and half a stars winning 30-6. I spoke to the half a stars superstar, and none other than Andrew Langbert. And without him veering towards being cocky, which was almost borderline cocky, he is very strong in his beliefs that this is an excellent team and that they have no reason why they should lose football games. There's no business because of what's on that roster. And that is a very good, loaded roster that they have on their team.
They do have a very good team, but at the end, after the game, Andrew Lambert came up to me, and he said that he had a bad game.
he told me the same thing.
So, like, I mean,
Corey
pull up
Walski
the
said,
stat
"Shut up,
line.
we won 30-6."
Yeah, legit. Like, shut up, you want 36. Did you pull up the stat line? What's the stat line like?
14, 21, 1, 3, 4, 4, 1.
Now, the
What?
thing... Yeah, good job,
14 for 21 for 144 yards, 4 TDs, 1 INT.
Ah, one INT. You're trash, bro.
You want to know why he got the INT? He threw off his back foot, and he thought that there would be a penalty on the defense, so they didn't really care for it. But then after it was the flag on the play was running the rusher interference, and everybody was very bummed out. But other than that, I mean, he had a very good game, and But see, the problem with the Bird Gang, you have AJ Gomes at quarterback.
Now, does he have potential to be a quarterback?
No.
Okay,
not.
I think he
Okay.
does, but go ahead.
Now, he told me himself yesterday when I was scorekeeping his Division B game. He's like, listen, I should probably focus more on being a receiver than a quarterback, which I agree with. I mean, I'm not saying he's a terrible quarterback. I'm just saying that he doesn't have what, in my opinion, I don't think he has what it takes to lead this team to a championship.
All right, so
I don't think
your
he'll be successful in his
rebuttal.
first season.
No, first
Because
season quarterback.
everyone thinks they can play quarterback in FPF, especially if you play high division. Oh, well, I'll play down in Division 5,
as a
Division
quarterback.
6, Division D, Division E. The thing is that there's so many things you need to process and learn, and you don't have a ton of time. There's no practices in FPF. There's no preseason FPF. You have to do all of it in 10 games. Basically, so many teams make the playoffs, especially in spring, that you have 10 weeks of preseason. It's still not a ton of time in the grand scheme of
It
things.
takes years.
Yeah,
I know, but he
years.
has Dan Lazar on his team.
that will help.
Who yeah,
The
but
problem
it
is
hasn't-
that there's not two more different styles of quarterback at this
Yeah, I
point.
know. That's
but
true.
What's the argument about pro athletes? Like when a Hall of Fame athlete goes into coaching, doesn't transition well, right? Like Gretzky.
I would disagree, though. I would disagree on tacos. Andrew,
On tacos.
Dan Lazara, tacos, is honestly, he's a guy who's helped me tremendously playing quarterback.
No, he's a fantastic quarterback.
He's a guy who's actually very. He's not someone you would think as being particularly analytical, but is very analytical, and we saw that actually in his breakdown in the playoffs in the Division 1 article that he wrote with Alex Hollowak. I was blown away. I actually thought his analysis was excellent. He's not a guy I would have thought of. Just when you meet him, he doesn't come across that way. Like, he doesn't come across the same way. Like, for example, I mentioned Alex Hollowak. The same way Alex Hollowak does. Alex Hollowak comes off as a sports nerd, right?
Yeah, very analytical.
But Dan Lazar absolutely is, and he's very good at communicating his ideas. And so if he can keep his temper in check because he's on the team as well, I think he can help AJ Gomes improve vastly over a relatively short period of time. I don't think it's enough to see true success this season, but I don't think that's the point. Just
Right.
get better, improve.
Keeping his temper in check would be pretty simple because he only gets super pissed if he's a quarterback and has a bad game.
And if you mentioned that Kawhi Leonard is a piece of trash player, do you have an update in that Raptor game, please, Eagle?
That would be awesome.
That would be fantastic to know.
Also,
know.
if you can put it on.
Yeah,
That would
do a
also
live
be
looking
helpful.
for the Raptor game if we can, please, if you don't mind.
We'll do play-by-play.
It just started. It is 11 to $3.
All right.
Oh wow,
That's fine.
game over.
First quarter doesn't matter.
But that being said, I do believe that Dan could help AJ grow into a better quarterback. I'm just saying it will take longer because, like I said before, quarterback is a very tough position to play. But then again, it wasn't all AJ's fault. I mean, sometimes, yes, he knows that he shouldn't have thrown the ball, turned into a pick and all that.
But my point
It's
is
he
though,
moves
But
too
sometimes
much.
they were
If he
dropped.
just stayed in the pocket.
Yeah, he does. But that's his first thing to do. He snaps the ball. Even if the rusher hasn't
But
crossed
he's
the line of
staring
scrimmage,
at
he's
the
already
rusher.
running.
He's
Yeah.
staring at the rusher.
Yeah.
And then he makes a move.
That's like
and
his
then
main
he
focus.
moves to a side where he only has half of his receivers
Mm.
and then has to make a throw.
Yeah.
but that's my point though, right? What I'm trying to convey is that the greats will see differently than what they're trying to teach that next guy on how to see it, right? And for AJ, he might see different from when Dan sees it. If Dan says, "Hey, listen, Peeze is going to drop into a cover 2 shell, throw it over to Steph when he's on the hook and whatever it is," right? AJ might see differently. Say, "No, what? I don't see that like that. I see Mo Khan being open in the corner. I'm going to go for the corner."
No one
route."
sees Mokan up in the corner.
Well, I'm
Mo
saying
Khan will
that.
never be
Nobody
open
puts
in the
Mokan in the corner.
Mo Khan puts myself in the corner.
Nobody sees Mokan open in the corner because Mokan doesn't get open.
Fair enough.
That was
Okay,
the joke,
there you
right?
Very good
Thanks
input.
for
All
explaining
right,
it.
Eagle.
You
In
just
case
couldn't
anyone
go
wasn't
there.
paying attention.
He never
All
does.
right. Half a stars. Are we
Let it
gonna,
be your new thing all season. Explaining humor with Eagle.
Yes, we have to do translation like Rosetta Stone. Half the stars, are they the clear-cut favorites to win this division?
Like that roster is pretty fantastic. And also, if Andrew Langbert misses a game or feels like he's not doing well, then Corey Wawowski can step in at quarterback.
Can he fit into cap though as a
He
quarterback?
does. He
He
threw
did.
week
He
one.
already threw week 1.
I honestly think that overall the team is probably slightly better with Corey Walski at quarterback.
Yeah, but it's Andrew's team.
But not only that, the thing is that on defense you then lose Andrew
That's true.
Langford.
That's true.
So I mean, look, the team is stacked top to bottom. It's probably the best built roster in the division.
Yes, they have a very good team on paper. They're very good.
All right, so we look at the Buffalo Wild Wings with a 20-18 win over the Renegades. Are they the 2 worst teams in the division, gentlemen?
So I think they're going to be two of the bottom tier teams. I watched the
In Div D2.
I watched a good portion of this game, and I was not particularly impressed. I got a chance to talk to Eric Paluziak of Renegades. Eric Paluziak won't be there all season. He's typically a security blanket for Jeffrey Lefebvre. Jeffrey only completed one pass to him all game long. Honestly, Jeffrey Lefebvre, he has a lot of potential. It's just it hasn't yet clicked for him, I don't think, and it's gonna take a few weeks for him to get there. Likewise, what I saw from Buffalo Wild Wings is a team that has limitations. That said, they play like a team that know they have limitations, so they don't try to do a ton. They just try to keep the game close and hope for the ball to bounce their way. Tristan Ronaldo didn't look much better than Jeffrey Lefebvre. He's a good runner, but the offense isn't really built well for him to run. So there's not a lot of like layers where, as he's running, he can sort of throw the ball over one level to the next level. It just seems like a lot of guys in the wrong places, and then he's running because there's nothing really else there.
Well, see, I wouldn't consider Buffalo Wild Wings a lower team. I would consider them more mid-table.
How many wins do you think they'll have? Also?
They'll probably be like 4-6. I don't know.
Enough to get in the playoffs, though?
Enough to get in the playoffs. Maybe
so
not.
we're saying 4 is the minimum to get in the playoffs now for that.
Yeah,
side
maybe.
Of the
More or less.
Yeah, 3 or 4 wins I think is their ceiling.
Yeah, because
to me, I don't think they want to win 3 or 4 games.
No, I'm not saying they want to win. Everybody wants to win like 10, but
because right now, if we were to do like
Facts.
a projection
Facts.
of records, and obviously it's going to change, no question,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
But we would have at minimum 6 teams at 5-5 or better in that side of the division. So 4 may not be enough to get in the playoffs if we go at this clip of that.
There's a lot of teams that make the playoffs in Division D, though. Right, Eagle?
how many?
Maybe you say that into a microphone, or do you not know how this works?
So everybody
8.
makes the playoffs,
Hold on, I
My
was
guy.
checking. Jeez.
or top 4 of each.
Oh my God, the internet is atrocious.
Yes.
I don't know
Terrible.
what to do.
So 8. Wow. Okay.
Mic drop.
So 8 from Conference A, 8 from Conference B.
So basically, everybody makes playoffs.
That seems high, though.
It seems
No,
everyone
I-
makes
I-
the playoffs.
It is high.
I don't think that's right.
Does that mean
I
like just
think that's
one
right,
team?
6
'cause I remember,
make the
I remember
playoffs.
saying when Simon sent it to us, I remember saying that seems high.
I'm going to
he
validate
said
this. Hold on.
But does that mean
Thank
that one
you.
team doesn't make it in each conference?
It
No.
does, that is the case. That's what I'm saying.
So should not be top 6 per conference.
Yeah.
So basically, with that being said, you could have one win and make the playoffs.
And win the championship.
And win
And win the championship.
You'd
A
be
one-win
1-9,
team.
but you can make the playoffs.
Everyone makes the playoffs in Division D2.
Oh
So
my God. Open the goddamn window. Hey, it opened.
Look at that. I guess that works.
Renegades, though, are they going to get out of their funk? They're 0-2 right now.
You see, I don't see Renegades with more than 2 wins. I don't. Jeffrey, he's not a terrible quarterback, but I'm just like sometimes his schemes.
The thing is, I recognize this. I covered low divisions a lot, and I see it. I see that it takes guys a couple of seasons.
yeah, but he's been
consistently
playing quarterback for a couple of
I
seasons.
know, but it happens at different times for different people,
Right.
right? For some guys, it comes after the second
Right.
season. Alex
Right.
Barattoni,
Yeah,
it
right
came
away,
about
first
6
season.
or 7 games in.
Yeah.
This is what we gotta do.
Yeah.
A guy like Jeffrey Lefebvre, it's not intelligence, it's not football smarts. It's just everything just slows down, and it just becomes, oh, hey, all I gotta do is this, and all I gotta do is this.
Yeah.
And when I see this, I go do that.
In the end, it seems like this simplicity is key. I mean, like, you know. But some people, they like complicating things, thinking that they'll mess up the defense in some way, but in the end, you can mess up yourself, you know? It's like I said, I'm not speaking out of the point of view of a quarterback, but that's just a general take on what it takes to win in this league.
Speaking of winning, Baby Sharks taking out Dream Chasers
boys.
39-24. Why are they your boys?
You know what? I always liked Les Flamands Fous,
Yeah.
and that's basically the team, just with a different name and a couple players. But yeah, they won, and honestly, that team is stacked. They are very good. They are very quick, and they basically they're like all hooks. Also, they're almost the same guys.
It's
The only
it's
difference
all-
is
this is like
they have the similar playing style.
They're the
similar
farm
playbook.
team of all hooks.
Exactly. You have Nick Schaefer at quarterback. He's a pretty good quarterback. You got Leving, who's a very good target. They have this. Chirkat is good. Like all these players, they all played football.
Yes, Eagle.
And they've
It's
all
12 of 16 for
So
D.
top 6 per conference.
top 6. Well,
It's top 6 per conference, top
Two
2 goodbyes.
Bye. Like NFL wild card.
Yep.
Okay, I was wrong.
fair enough.
Because anyway, whatever. I'm pretty sure I seen.
It was too high when we originally looked at it. We changed it. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you
Just
imagine?
clearly, we haven't changed the website. #Rob.
Can you imagine if
Hashtag stop blaming other people.
we
For when you
had
screw
all 16 teams make playoffs?
That's a buzz.
Well, then why play 10
Yeah,
games?
exactly. Let's go 0-10. Like, don't even show up and
Yeah,
pay
that's
the
it.
fine and show up for the playoffs. That's all.
Why would
I
you
mean,
do that?
why would
That's
you pay the
worse.
fine? Just come up.
How much is that fine, by the way? $1,000 worth? If
Well, how much is it?
150 per game?
2,000
so 150 per game.
So 1,500.
Well, it's 50. No, it's not 150, is it? Yeah, it's $100 for forfeiting a game, and then 50 if you don't let them know.
Yeah, so
So say they let them know $100. So
$100.
100
pay
bucks.
1,000 not to show up.
$1,000 not to show
Play
up.
the playoffs, win a
But then
championship.
just register a second team if that's what you want to do.
There you go. Anyway, so Baby Shark, who's gonna do the dance here?
Oh, there's
Because
no
my
chance they're gonna do
cousin
the
was
dance.
doing the dance in England nonstop. I couldn't.
Honestly, that like
I
I
don't
said
know what
last
any of you
week,
are
that
talking about.
song you didn't listen
Can
to the
you,
song.
Eagle, put the Baby Shark song for us, please? Yeah, it's I hate this song. Oh my god, I can't
It's
believe it.
awful. It's an
Oh.
awful song.
Hey, I'm back.
You'll listen to the song.
I'll enjoy my almonds as you listen to this song. I
Listen
can't
to the
believe-
song, Baby Sharks.
Here we go, Baby Shark.
Light blue shirt. Ha, Pink Fong. Oh god. That's not it. Oh,
What
it's,
is this?
it's not there yet. Just get to it.
It's coming.
It's coming up. It's coming up. This is it. This song was so popular. It's awful. Awful. You'll love it though, Peeze. It's gonna be stuck in your head.
Not bad. Not bad.
And it's
No,
not.
that's
It
a
didn't
remix,
start
man.
yet.
Put the original. Here we go.
There it is. I told you, catch the song.
I mean, I like
Those are my boys.
Mommy shark do 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 do. Mommy shark do 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 do. Mommy shark do 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 do. Mommy shark.
This is the song.
Oh, but it's a song about love and family.
It is not at all that. It's about a
And-
family of sharks.
It's very
Let me
deep.
tell you something about this song, okay?
It's like the
too
three
hard.
bears.
If this doesn't win a Grammy, then
It
there's no
probably
justice.
will. It probably
my
will
little,
win.
My little nephew, who's about 12 months, 13 months old, as he goes to the washroom. What do you think he's going to do? Number 1 or number 2? One.
3.
Number 3.
A blend of both.
Combination.
Nice.
This song is like
Take a
mesmerizing.
pick.
These songs are mesmerizing for kids.
That's
Baby Shark.
ridiculous. That is the drug.
Will it make children buy sharks?
1,000%.
No.
It'll make them all want pet shark.
Now, the question is who's going to do the dance?
Eagle would have done the dance, but he left.
Hmm.
It would have been better if Eagle did the dance. Do the dance, Mo. You do it. Just do it. Don't be that guy.
No.
You're known for your dancing.
Song, like, it's
Do it.
I mean, it's not bad. You got started.
You started it. Might as well finish it off. Do it.
Listen,
Do
man,
it.
You
I'm
can't
gonna
start.
almonds.
You can't start like that and not finish.
Yeah, honestly, what do you think this
We've
is?
got only 5 more minutes left in the show.
What do you think this is? Sex? Starting? No
All right, so
finish?
Finessers upset win over
I
ECW.
feel like you don't know what sex is.
Well, it's been a while, but then again. So
Right.
yeah. That being said, going back, Finessers versus ECW. I was shocked.
ECW.
I was
Well,
shocked.
Finessers went back to Ryan Kroof at quarterback.
Okay.
And Ryan Kroof had one of those games where he was good.
But
And that's all
it's
it is.
also, I spoke to Jeremy White yesterday, and they underestimated Finessers.
Yeah, they had some bad tackles.
They expected to slap Finessers.
Yeah,
They expected it.
yeah.
And then Jeremy's like, you know what? This right here, this game right here is a learning experience. We're never going to underestimate another team.
They
How
got-
are
just
these
fucked them up.
teams, by the way, in D2?
Honestly, the cap system's busted.
Well,
That's all.
Suresh
I agree.
Mirosh had a fantastic.
Yo, he had a crazy game.
Great
He
game-winning
basically
touchdown.
covered Alex Bacalani. What Alex Bacalani usually does,
Yeah.
it was him this time.
The Brazilian Blanco
Oh.
was nowhere to
Yo,
be found.
Eagle, as a guy who incompetently dealt with the ratings, how are Finessers and ECW in Division D2?
Yes.
Fair enough.
All right.
How?
This
Because
doesn't
they
make
are.
sense to me.
It's pretty simple. Pretty simple.
Justice,
Justice for all.
fairness, the American way.
Do you know where we are?
No,
Fair.
Do you trust Ryan Kroof though to go a full year?
No,
I do not.
But like, again, I never understand because to me, he looks the part and
Sometimes he overdoes it though.
He does.
Like he
He
wears
goes too
way
hard.
too many accessories.
there's literally two guys on this team that can hold on to his passes.
Yeah.
One is Nirosh Suresh and the other one is Alex the
Bacalani.
Mapengwara Bacalani.
I call him the Blanco.
Well, you're
Blanco.
wrong though.
You're wrong.
Brazilian man of war.
Bacalani.
That's the wrong
Bacalani.
thing.
I know.
But yeah, I watched that game and I was like, Jesus, it was 37-32 or 37
32 final.
37-32 final.
24 $15, by the way.
Thank you.
No, thank you, Eagle. That game, I was like, damn. I'm like, Ryan Caruth, you're like 3 yards away, and he will whip it at you.
Here's a question,
my
actually.
comparison
If do you think, Eagle, that the Raptors and the Bucks should be in the D League?
No.
The
Because
G
that's
League.
kind of like what's happening here. Is
Fair
the
enough.
Wrongly rated.
But what was my comparison for Ryan Caruth? Stefano.
I forgot. What was your
He
comparison?
looks like Baker Mayfield with Ryan Mallett talent.
Oh, that's right. We wanted to do a whole segment on this.
Yeah, we did like Simone, Stefano. That we had nothing to do.
Yeah.
Again,
Yes.
I wish I had Ryan Mallett talent. To be fair,
I mean, he
'Cause
looks
he's
like
an
Baker
NFL
Mayfield with the
quarterback.
beard.
Yeah,
but he has
with
Ryan
the
Mallett talent, right?
Yep.
He has a cannon of an arm. Like he has like an F-15 missile.
and does he have a mallet of a penis?
Ooh,
That's a good question.
wow.
Eagle, can you message Ryan Caruth and ask him about his mallet?
Yeah. Do you have any mallets? Are they strong and sturdy?
Or stiff.
Yeah.
All right.
Go on.
Do they hammer well? What else can we learn about Division D1, D2, gentlemen?
Okay.
Well,
We'll put the random names. Random names for
fair.
random
Stefano.
names for me. That's it.
Random names for Stefano. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go.
I mean,
with-
like honestly, D2 is somewhat perplexing to me. There's a lot of experienced teams like GLC.
Who got slapped this week?
We got slapped fine, but like Levo, you are also very good, by the way.
That's very true.
They
That's
like
another team that might not be able to
we
belong.
thought we played them last season. Like, oh, they're also undefeated, and then they played against us, making one-hand catches all over the place. I was like, I don't know how these guys are undefeated.
all right, so Stefano, I'll throw a team name for you.
Go for it.
Texas Shorthorns.
Oh, you do not belong to Div D.
Venice.
1 or 2?
Neither.
In a good way or a bad way?
Terrible way.
Dream-
Texas Shorthorns.
Dream Chasers.
Well, keep chasing your dreams of victory because it's gonna. Maybe it'll come one day.
Underdogs.
Yeah, I don't know why you thought that you could perform in Div D2.
Oh, they won this week.
Yeah, I know, but like that's a team like maybe they could win, yes, but like they're more of a Div E team in my opinion.
I imagine
they
they
have
had
the
to
guy.
move to Div.
They had to. Okay,
Because
well
the
if it's a
quarterback
rating,
being
Josh
Come on.
like I
Vasquez.
keep saying. Oh boy, should I say my honest opinion about Josh Vasquez?
Yes, go
Yeah,
for it.
always.
Wash your jersey, man. I'm sorry, man.
It's luck. It's good luck.
Yeah, I know, but like it's a bit much. Like
Well, wear an undershirt, perhaps.
that too. That could probably help.
Jeremy White, we know him very well, but I'll go with Evan Frank.
Evan Frank. That's another guy. I don't understand how he keeps performing so well at QB.
That
he's-
dude is
he's
as
weird.
smart as he gets. at
He's
quarterback.
very smart at quarterback,
Yeah.
but like he doesn't have the
Tell-
characteristics of a quarterback.
Listen, the
He just
field.
gets it done.
The field is at best 40 yards.
Yes.
You don't need a big arm.
I know, but I'm just
All
saying.
right.
Unorthodox.
One
Joey
more
Taylor.
for you. Andrew Langbert.
Oh boy, stop filming the games, man. Stop trying to prove your points. We know you're a stats guy, but let us do it, John.
We have your tripod hostage. You've been trying experiments with it.
Has it worked?
It's shocking.
Oh, is that the one that's there?
Yeah.
Oh, why are you not? Can we pick it up, guy?
Because Rob has yet to deliver his trophy from last year.
Oh, is that the
what's
trophy in
what's
front
the
of you as well?
situation right now? We're doing a bartering over here. We have
Some would
something
say
that, you want.
that tripod's a shocker of a tripod.
It is. It is a shocker of a tripod.
That is
Mo, do you agree?
Yeah, but I'm confused. So
Mo has no idea what's going
we're
on.
holding this tripod in leverage
Until
play.
Andrew
to
Lambert
get-
gets his trophy back.
So we get the trophy back from Andrew Langbert. We give
No,
him
no,
back-
we have to
we
give
have to give him
Langbert
his
his
trophy.
award and at
No.
the same time give him his tripod
So we're giving him two things for the price of
and
nothing.
also his jersey from the All-Star game.
Right.
Oh,
So
three
three things for the price of nothing.
Yeah.
So apparently, if you're Andrew Langbert, you just get a bunch of free shit
Exactly.
Good for
and
you,
your
guy.
own stuff back.
Admittedly, he did earn it, so
Did he?
and
though?
his own shit.
I mean, earning is a strong word.
Game film.
Game. film.
He's a technician at that.
We should
Awesome.
bring him in. Just film every game. Might as well.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
All right. It is now time for
Games of the week of the games of the week.
All right,
Here we
you
go.
almost got
Three
that.
games each division. Here we go.
You want to start with D1 or D2?
Whatever your heart desires.
We're going to start with D2 then. So let's go with the first game on the docket, Dream Chasers versus Balls Deep.
Balls deep.
Balls deep look really good this week, man.
Balls deep
I'm
are
gonna
very
go
good
balls
team.
deep.
Yeah,
Balls
balls deep. Balls deep.
Next game we'll talk about is the Infantry versus GLC.
Ooh, the infantry is a good team.
Yeah, GLC.
GLC, I don't know what it's been, but they're slacking.
I'm going to go GLC.
I think-
Of course you will, Mo.
Go
I
GLC.
also think
I'm,
they're gonna.
I'm in a sick.
I think they're gonna get off the schneid. They'll win this.
Yeah.
game.
GLC.
I'm gonna
Give me
say
GLC.
infantry.
And in the last game from this grouping, Los Avocados versus Fighting Amish.
Ooh, fighting Amish.
I go Los Avocados.
Why?
Los Avocados are going to struggle a bit this season. I think
Yeah,
this is
they
another
will.
game to lose. Give me Fighting Amish.
Fighting Amish.
All right, and then let's go to D1. Let's go with Les Princes de la Rive Sud versus Legend of Seven.
Are they playing in Brassard?
They are playing in Stade de Montréal.
Oh, so they're
Ooh,
upset.
I'll go with South Shore.
I'm gonna say with the Legend of Seven.
Legend of
League
7 as
Legend
well.
of Seven.
LOB versus Longhorns.
LOB are not happy with the refereeing from last game. There's a bunch of referees who play on Longhorns, so give me Longhorns.
Oof.
Give me
Oof,
Shorehorns.
I don't know.
Conspiracy.
I just felt that would be an interesting way to.
I'm gonna say with
Frame it.
I'm gonna go with the
Next.
LOB.
I think this is going to be a really good game. Unknown Talent versus Half a Stars.
Half
Ooh,
stars.
That is a very good game.
Talent.
That comes down to if unknown talent could control their
I
emotions.
think half a star is just an experience to win
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
Half stars are going to roll through this
I don't
game.
think
Yeah,
they
I'm
roll.
gonna stick with unknown talent if they keep their stuff in check.
And that game's Monday night, 9:15 at Papineau. So that'll be a good one. All right, match words, please.
Orange cream pop Twinkies?
Is that a thing? Clearly, you opened your Facebook page and it was the first thing you saw.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I
That's what I
disagree
do
with
every
Danny
time.
McPhee saying Barry is better than The Office. Disagree.
Good night, Portland
Good show,
Trailblazers.
though. Yeah, never
Yeah,
watched it.
I
Portland
enjoying
Trailblazers
it.
guy
What?
says good night, Portland Trailblazers.
Oh.
So you watch Barry? Is Barry a good show?
I do watch Barry. It's a good show.
Is it a good show?
I
Is
thoroughly
it a
enjoy
serial killer that wants to become a Hollywood or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. Makes enough sense. Bill Hader, good actor. Funny guy.
Also, known for his mallet.
Known for what?
His mallet.
His mallet. Did Ryan Carew get back to you about his mallet?
Yeah.
God damn it, Eagle.
You'll never know.